So then we gave him that shot, and then I don't know exactly what happened, but then he ended up in Aruba.
And now he's back. Ladies and gentlemen, great to be back here. A nice lead in, Mr. HT.
Yes. Was it that shot? What is it? Narcan?
I think that reverses it, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's right. Yep.
Narcan,
What's up,
AKA
Half Dog?
Delco
How are you,
Coffee.
man?
I'm great,
Welcome
man.
back to Hoagie Time.
Thank you. It's good to be back. I
Talk
don't know
to-
if you've noticed I've got a little bit of color.
Not at all, actually.
No?
Yeah, do you?
I feel like I do.
Boy, the
I
beard. maybe
probably
covers it.
don't. I probably
Yeah.
don't. I feel like I do. I
Yeah,
feel
maybe a little cheeks are a little redder. Yeah.
Yeah, it's sunburn is what it is.
Well, you do have that that ounce of Italian in you that kind of keeps you olive all year round.
It's more than an ounce, pal. It's about 24.2%,
Oh,
I think.
because you got the 23andMe.
Yeah.
Tell them what else you are.
What else am I?
Yeah. Come on.
I am the captain now. That's what else I am, folks. If you go deep onto my genetic breakdown, and I probably should have brought this up before, but if you go way down the most trace genetic remnants on Half Dog's DNA, Somalian. And
Now-
and for when we put this,
So you're like part pirate.
dude, I am the captain now. Is what it is. So if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm sure at this point I would have sent our lovely producer HT the image. But yeah, dude, yeah.
What was
trees
the
is Somalian.
feeling like when you saw her? You're like, I knew it.
Can I say?
Yeah,
my
like-
first thought.
Yeah.
Can I say it?
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
That was my first thought. I'm kidding. I was like, wow, dude, these
I
things.
say it?
whoa, these things go way back.
Now I get it.
These things go way back.
Now it's got to be from the, obviously you're Italian and probably Sicilian. So some of the conquests of northern Africa into Italy.
I guess, man.
That has to be it. Yeah,
I guess.
because I can't see like your nana, your Italian grandmother just hanging a guy in North Philly.
Yeah. I doubt the Somalian came from County Cork.
Exactly.
If you really have to take a close look at it. I mean,
I got to get mine done. So yeah, you're in Aruba. How the hell was that, man?
dude, Aruba was great. What's up to
Vacation,
people of
man.
Aruba? Shout out people of Aruba. It was amazing, dude.
Yeah.
We try to go every couple years. We go with the DeCaudio family, the Fagans, our friends up in Long Island.
They're both from Long Island.
Yeah. So shout out, man.
And Mike popped on to the show for a second last.
Yeah, the homie Mike DeGaudio. We had a great time.
Awesome, man.
We were hanging out in the pool all week,
Yeah.
enjoying fresh local proteins. And
Now you said you go to the pool. Do you go in the ocean there too?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
and
either-
the resort we stay at is just right, and like many of them are in that area, just right on the beach.
Okay.
So like you can hop out of the pool, walk down a little path, and then honestly, within 20 seconds, you're in the ocean.
Going to
but the Caribbean Sea, I guess it is. I should read up more on this, but dude, it's unbelievable.
boozing the whole time.
Entire time. Entire
That's
time.
beautiful.
Dude, it didn't stop.
Yeah,
A lot of Balashi. Balashi chill. Transfusions. We taught the
Now,
we had to teach
what
the
is
bartender.
that?
It is ginger ale, grape juice, and vodka. And we ordered it at the pool bar because normally I'll drink beers, but we were just getting wild in Aruba. And asked them to make it, and they're like, we don't know how to make it. And I'm like,
Right.
We'll tell you. And they're like, no, we don't have grape juice. I'm like, okay. The next day, we're at the pool bar again, and dude comes up with a bunch of little grape juice bottles that he got from the market on site.
Yeah.
He was like, we stocked up for you guys. Transfusions. We were like, yeah.
Oh, that's pretty
That was
cool.
a hefty bar tab. I think those transfusions were like $17 a pop.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't miss anything around here. What, HT? Did it rain every day? Almost.
Yeah, it stopped on what? Tuesday?
Stopped on Tuesday.
And then it rained Thursday, Friday.
Yeah. So none of us were laying out. I can tell you that much. But it's good to have you back.
It's great to be back.
We have Phil's. While you were gone, the Eagles won again. The Phils are in the playoffs. They're actually playing right now as we speak. And hell yeah, man! It's been a party watching those teams do well.
There was a vibrant pool activity scene at the surf club where we stayed in Aruba.
Right.
And as you can imagine, I'm pretty active on that social scene
Shirt
throughout
off?
the day. Shirt off, shirtless,
Nice.
entire. They do the entire time. I'm extremely free with my body.
I'm so happy about that.
Dude, shirtless the entire time. And front and center a lot of the time, playing the games. I was banned from Name That Tune.
because you know a lot.
It's super quick,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah,
Not only do I know them, but freakishly.
Right.
fake.
So it's
my
not fun.
best
It's not
talent.
fun to the others.
Dude, not only is it not fun to the others, but they got angry. They started going, "Oh, come on, he's cheating." I'm like, "I'm hanging out with my son, dude." I'm like, "I'm hanging." We're not cheating.
I just know
We're having a good
stuff,
time. I'm like,
dude.
"Yeah, give me my one moment in the sun.
Yeah.
Look at me. Do you think I'm good at anything
You guys
else?"
can probably put together like a deck. So just give me this because I spend a lot of time.
Yeah. How many talents do you think I have?
Yeah, a lot of time
Just
horizontal.
let me have this.
There's a lot of time spent horizontal just reading shit about this. So let me have this. So yeah, man.
But dude, yeah, incredible.
I haven't been on a vacation like that. I went to Cabo 15 years ago, and that's probably the last tropical thing I've done. The Jersey Shore's been it. Me getting crazy is going to like Dewey Beach.
When's the Dewey Beach trilogy of songs coming out?
I've yet to write a song about Dewey Beach.
Mike, we need
again, I haven't
different
written a song
locational songs.
Yeah, I'd like to write a song about anything at this point, but at 40 years old, they don't come as quick as they did at 20.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
That was kind of a layup.
So yeah, you just got back about a day or two ago. How's it like? Are you back into your normal routine?
Yeah,
Are you
back into
are you on
normal routine.
island time?
I'm always on island time. That's the problem. That's the
Island
problem
boy,
around here. I'm
the
always
chat
an
you
island boy.
make
Everyone
it.
knows I'm an island boy.
I'm an island boy.
Exclusive. Money Mike cover, island boy. Exclusive.
They're out of money. I read that they're out of money.
You know how Snapchat has the most ridiculous like news blurbs on that one page if you're popping around?
Yeah.
And it's always something ridiculous. It's like some rapper no one's ever heard of got
Right.
like stabbed in the face or whatever. The one headline the other day was, why did the Island Boys break up? What led to the breakup? Like it was worthy of a behind the music or something.
Yeah, right.
Come on, dude. Like their 30 seconds of fame ran out.
And they had one song, but they would just change.
It wasn't a song. It was a hook.
It was a hook that was
They
kind
would
of
just
catchy.
embellish.
It was catchy as shit, but then they would just do new like topics and do the same hook. Like
They would change the words. I wouldn't call
the
them
Burger
topics.
King.
Dude, a lot of it was super fucking fragmented and all over the place.
But in today's world, it's just so wild that can make a few bucks, something like that. Like I follow Bad Baby. Have you guys heard of Bad Baby?
Yeah,
she's the
I know
chick.
all about Bad
She's
Baby.
the chick that did the Cash Me Outside. How about that? She is
What are you saying?
ridiculous.
What? Cash me outside.
Cash Me Outside.
Did you
How
just
about that
did you
with
just call
Dr.
them
Phil?
hoes?
Dude, she is upwards to $50 million because she marketed the craziness.
And she gives $5 million a year for girls in STEM.
Explain that.
So science, technology, and everything
okay.
like that. She wants these girls to be producers and creators now. Like this is how did she go from that to like?
Gotta give
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
She's on.
OnlyFans
She
is
made
the-
like $42 million.
Yeah.
On all, I think that's the number I remember. It could be.
I heard
100 million.
I heard 47 million.
It could be
on
100
OnlyFans.
million at this
Yeah,
point.
right.
She made a ton of money. She also started a fucking scholarship fund
Yeah,
for
that's what I'm talking
underprivileged.
about.
There's a website you can go to
Yeah.
if you're
So
underprivileged.
she flipped it into being awesome.
Yo,
Actually, like
shout out Bad Baby.
Dude,
Wherever
and she
you
is a
are,
bad
TikTok, help us reach out to Bad Baby. We want to have the queen,
yeah,
Bad
because
Baby on.
we
as a
might just
guest.
look like two guys that might not rock with Bad Baby, but we very much do rock with Italian princesses like Bad Baby. And
doubt.
she's thick, man.
philanthropist
for a little skinny girl,
philanthropist
she's thick.
primarily.
Yeah, I mean she's thick in the wallet and she's thick in the where else she's thick. HT.
That's why Money Mike's fully.
Also, breaking
He
news:
gets
January 2023, Barkley, Hef, and Thug Folk, Chester Pike's going to be coming out.
Someone's writing a song, Chester Pike.
Chester Pike as a long street is identifying as a neighborhood, and they're all coming out at the same time as gay.
Wait, so somebody's writing it like a battle song to me, Chester Pike?
No, it's a fake news story that I just made up for you guys.
Oh, God,
Imagine
you got
all
me
of
fired up. I seriously got fired up for a second.
Imagine if that headline was real. All of Chester Pike came out one day.
Yeah,
Maybe we don't know. Maybe it's something in the water pipes along Chester Pike. But yeah, I'll fuck them right now. Yeah, we're all gay.
Oh my God!
And today's the day that we're not afraid. We're here. We're queer. Get the fuck used to it.
After I wrote McDade Boulevard, that was like a 10-year joke. Like, when are you going to write a song called Lansdowne Avenue? How about Westchester Pike? Because we'd have gigs up around Bonner and Drexel Hill and Havertown. Like, are you going to write one? What's the boulevard, the fake boulevard that they have in Havertown? Where like
Brookline Boulevard.
Brookline, yeah. Shout out to all our good Havertown friends. But it's just
Do you know who my dad is? Brookline Boulevard. Your shore house sucks. Brookline Boulevard. Your golf game's garbage.
I love Mo Smith and all the Thorntons and all
me too.
my
Shout out all my
friends,
Havertown
the Keenans. But yeah, it just doesn't have enough length or like horrible stories to compete with McDade Boulevard. Like, come on.
I like Brookline Boulevard a lot.
I do too.
As an area.
Yeah.
Shout out McGillicuddy's.
Except now they're having crime.
Shout out Mariff. Shout out Tom Jr.
They're having crime.
Shout out Colin.
Did you see that? There was a week or two ago. They're having like fights after the football games now in Haverford.
Ooh.
Dude, we've been having them for 30 years here, but finally they're like getting some of that shit. And dude, they are not. They are not
this
having
becomes Collingdale.
Dude, they are not having it, and it's so funny. And why? Like they are fucking fired it up. I'm like, whoa, dude. I'm like. I wonder if it was what our parents were like when we were like 11 or 12. They were probably fired up and they just gave up. But like when I watched them all, I mean, they're on social media and they're going to the town hall. Like they're not putting up with that shit. So like now all the like they see like anybody coming in from Philadelphia, they don't even let them in the game. It's great. It's racist as hell, but it's awesome. But yeah.
Speaking of crime, Blunston Avenue now is in a state of emergency. There's a curfew in effect from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, well, after there was a shootout.
That 12-year-old smoking.
Yeah, a 12. No, but
now they're smoking crack. It was cigarettes.
Yeah.
It was cigarettes.
Imagine that. Like just a movie scene of like a 12-year-old Bernard smoking a cigarette, just morphine into the present day kid smoking crack,
We're blowing lines.
Taking a key bump.
Yeah, well, they had a shootout. One dude, it was a Glock versus an AK-47.
Jesus.
Yeah, so yeah, we'll leave it at that.
Are you a gun guy, HD? Because I mean, you're technically you like things like outdoors and
yeah, I mean, I am.
And a lot of guys that fix things are they like the power of a gun and all that. I'm just wondering.
Yeah, I mean, I like.
He's a sportsman.
You're a sportsman.
Yeah, sportsman. Yeah. I mean, I will tell you this though: the first time I ever got to shoot a 50 cal, that thing was. I don't care if you're the most anti-gun person in the world, but you're shooting it downrange, and this thing, you just it's weird and it's fun.
Now picture your daughter walking in front of that bullet.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. That's hilarious.
I pledge allegiance. Good morning, kids.
Yeah. So no, I'm not one of those wacky. I personally
shout out sportsmen everywhere and patriots and patriots. Non-violent patriots.
Love all that. Yeah, I just personally don't have like even when it comes to like jumping out of a plane. Like in my family, there's some like my dad, my sister, the thrill of it, and it's exciting. Me, I don't need it because I know that. When I go, it could possibly snap and I die, and I don't get off on that thrill like a roller coaster. Awesome. Parasailing, really cool. That's as far as I'll go. I don't need that thrill of that. It's just once danger comes into the equation to where like maybe I would love the power of that. But like when I think like just, oh my God, what if there was just some idiot walking by like, and then that could happen. It automatically erases all fun of it. That's just the way I feel like, and it's probably a knock on me that I'm not mechanically aware enough to own the machine. You know what I mean? So I just don't trust myself with that. But yeah, God, I'm all about sportsmen and the Second Amendment. Not, but everybody shouldn't do it. That's for sure, because I know I shouldn't. Yeah. I shouldn't be playing with guns.
Yeah. With that said, I've never shot guns. Well, not that I want to talk about.
Shotgun.
I've never shot sportsman style guns, like not, in the middle of the
we're not
street.
we're not talking You're good. You're good with that.
Let me rephrase that. Let me rephrase that. If anyone is a sportsman with like and clay shoots, I would like to do that.
Yeah,
maybe that would be something cool for
but
the
no
for
one's
the
talking
Patreon.
about what happened back then.
Dude, I told them to fucking
don't. It's all good.
Sharon Avenue,
dude. It's all good, dude. I know. It's all good. Yeah, it's all about hunting. Yeah. Yeah, but dude. I come from a family of hunters.
Yeah,
my brother-in-law, they all love that shit. And my dad,
rugged guys.
My dad's a sportsman, but he knows that I'm like, a big old like pussy. So he'll come back and be like, yeah, the deer. I had the deer in my what do they call that? Sights, and I don't shoot. He's like, he's like, I watch it. I know I can have it. Then I don't shoot. I'm like, all right, I feel you.
What a,
Well,
think
don't
what
feel
a
bad. I went on a
man.
hunting,
What a man,
I went on a
yeah.
hunting
I
trip
knew
for
it was
7
in my
years.
sights. I knew I'd won the battle.
Yeah.
I went on a hunting trip for 7 years. I never got up on time. I mean, like, because we drank until 3 o'clock in the morning, and we have to get up at 5. I'm like, that's not happening. You don't want me having a gun or a bow and arrow at 5 in the
Dude.
morning after,
Let's
stop.
be serious.
I have a funny story about missing, like waking up too late for something. I had it was a Stauffer trip, right? All those guys go on Eagles trips.
Yeah.
Every
Shout out Stoffers. They were just in Arizona.
Arizona, yeah. All great guys. We grew up with them.
A rare road win for them. A rare road win for them.
Maybe like
They're stroking again, dude. Oh my God, it's finally happening.
Hit him with the Narcan. Hit him with the Narcan.
Put this on TikTok. Half's having a heart attack.
Dude, I had a gig the night before, and I'm like, yeah, I'll meet Sky. I had to be at the flight, maybe like 5 o'clock Saturday morning. I get home late Friday night. I don't make, because on this trip it was Chicago Bears and they were playing Sunday night. But a part of the trip was Saturday. We get there early. We take a bus to South Bend and see Notre Dame. So you get Notre Dame, Purdue was Saturday right there.
Do mass before the game?
I'm sure some people did. We did.
Yeah, only the real ones do.
So we get there, or that was the whole trip, right? To do that and come back and then party that night, and then Sunday night see the Bears and Eagles. I completely oversleep my flight on Saturday to the point where I'm like, whatever, They're like, you bought the ticket already. I'm like, I'll just meet you guys out there. So instead of getting the 5 a.m., I get like a noon one to Chicago, and I get there in time. I'm by myself to meet them all after. They're like, you spent all that. That was like a big thing we talked about. You just don't care. I'm like, no, I really don't. We got so fucked up in Chicago that night, right? We all went back to the hotel, and we're just fucking bombed. That Saturday night, everyone's bomb. They woke me up Sunday morning to one of the guys, and everybody kind of like gets a hotel, and everybody's kind of sleeping head to toe. 2 guys, whatever.
We went guys in robes,
exactly.
flopped on top of each other, just recapping the crazy
I was in the middle.
I was in the middle
of a wet dream. And I had to be.
And then you interacted?
Dude, I got woken up to dry hump, and all I heard was, Mike. And I'm like, And like, yo, dude. And I was like, I blacked out. I must have been like humping this guy's fucking leg.
This was a boys' trip. Like
You
guys were taking flights when you were 12 years old, traveling around?
No, I've had wet dreams into adulthood.
Ah.
They're awesome, dude. They're always the most unbelievably hot chick, and it's always the most incredibly intense orgasm. I have one.
Sounds like Oculus.
I have one like once every 2 years, but this time I was so banged up, like I had to be woken up out of a blackout, like, yo, Mike, and I didn't know that I was done, but I had to be humping this guy's leg. And all they said was, "Are you cool?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm cool." And then I went back to bed. I'm like, "I hope that didn't happen. I hope that's not real."
Yo, shout out my brother Tommy. This happened last night. We were chilling over at Club 641, watching one of the late games. And we're having a conversation, and I'm sitting there, and I've got my one leg kind of fucking propped up, and I'm not even conscious of my body.
Of which.
Yeah. Welcome home, Hef Dog. Grab me one, bitch. Thanks.
So
now that I talked about my wet dream with a guy,
and that was special because that was just between us too.
Nobody knows.
Just us. So we're chilling, and I'm not like as I'm talking, like we're just talking, and of course lit, hanging, and at one point he goes, "Dude, are you all right?"
Who says this? Your brother?
My brother. I go, "What?" He goes, "Dude, what the fuck are you jerking off?" I wasn't. But I'm sure you can crop that clip up a million different ways. I wasn't. Yo,
I didn't. Christopher and the Sopranos.
Yo,
I wasn't. That's the first clip I've just isolated in Hoagie time history.
Of course. Oh, but I was like scratching like the back of my leg.
Yeah.
And I found like a weird, like awkward patch of like junk.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of like messing with it for a second. And he was like, "Dude." I was like, "No."
That's kind of like the clip this weekend in football with the New York Giants, where the trainer has his pants on the sidelines. His pants are a little bit down, so you see the top of his ass. And black dudes, they're built like horses.
Yeah.
So his ass is popping out like a Kardashian. And you see this dude like rubbing his thigh, but from the camera angle, it looks like the dude's just jerking him off and the guy's head's back. But yeah, totally straight, man. But I've had some encounters where I'm like, holy shit, hope that goes away.
Yeah.
Here's a segue for you then. Let's go right into Bears, baby. Let's go right into Bears.
How's that a segue?
Yeah, what the
It's
hell
quite
happened to
jarring,
Bears?
HT.
Well, if you're
Fucking
I've
damn
never
it.
fucked.
Someone give this motherfucker a dictionary.
For the record, I've never fucked a bear. Thanks. Thank you. Actually, one on mushrooms.
The bear fucked you. Yeah, that's gonna be the special. That would be the first Patreon.
Oh God, yeah.
You know what we'll put on the Patreon? Mike, you mentioned earlier about people started asking you, when are you gonna make a Lansdowne Avenue?
Yeah.
Westchester Pike.
Yes.
If you join our Patreon, it's up there. You'll find it.
Yeah.
Mike will start to release. Mike Barkley's going to dust off the songwriting cobwebs and start to release songs.
Song from each area.
And to the highest bidder, you can have your residential side street
Yes.
memorialized.
I'll go down to your address specifically.
If you buy the special NFTs that we're going to announce soon.
HT, yeah.
Get your
definitely.
Ethereum ready.
Yeah. But it wouldn't be awesome if we writing songs is just like something that didn't go away for both of us. Like we had some pretty good success with it, and then just nothing.
Other than nothing, it just stopped.
I kind of picture the way I look at it. I don't think I was ever like a musician like that. I think I was at a time because it was exciting and successful. I think I liked to be known for something when I was at a point in my life where I thought that was something cool, that people were still kind of listening to that stuff. The minute like I realized that it wasn't, like hitting all the ears that it did then, it wasn't something. That's why I'm not totally beat up about it, because if I was that person, then I would have done it.
You were found a way.
Found a way, yeah.
Like,
So I just think I'm just a guy that knows how to do that stuff, but I'm not like, it's not in me to the point, like Mike LeCompte, like I'm sure that guy every off minute, Pat Smith, our buddy, every off minute of their day, they're sitting at their instrument at home.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
Yeah.
I can't say the last time you do more than I do, but
More
I don't.
than you do, but
yeah,
not
more than I-
dedicated. Maybe once a week.
Yeah.
But I've been meaning to get back into it.
Yeah, that would be
Set
cool.
some goals. Having a goal is like the most important thing, and that's with anything. Whether you're talking guitar or with anything else. Right. You got to have the goal. You got to be like going towards something.
Right.
So I was thinking of setting a few goals with the guitar, like electric guitar.
Yeah.
Like to learn this solo or learn this song or
Right.
figure this out or whatever.
And I
just
think
try
that's
to go towards that,
amazing.
rather than just picking it up and fucking
Yeah.
around.
But I almost, at this point in my life, 40 years old, and kind of like how I play my gigs now, I don't even think that's a goal of mine. I don't have to force it to be a goal. Like for years, I thought, saying I'm going to make a goal doing it. Like if I finally got to the point where like it's not make a goal in something else that you will feel fulfilled in. It doesn't have to be a song if you can't stand it anymore.
But I do play my guitar. I still like the sound of my
Yeah,
guitar, and
yeah.
I've got like the nice modeler set up with the headphones.
Yeah.
So I still play
You still
guitar.
do, yeah, exactly.
I still pick it up and like the sound of it and the feel of it. Electric, I'm still experimenting with electric.
Right.
Acoustic, it feels like going to work sometimes.
Yeah.
The electric is still fun for me. I pick it up a few times a week for 45 minutes at a time.
Yeah.
And a lot of time it's just going through different amp settings
Now,
and like not playing
were
or just
either one of
fucking
you
around,
ever
but to have a
signed?
goal.
Were either one of you ever signed by any label?
No.
Okay. So Facebook copyright struck our live last week and said our opening, because I played the opening.
That's me.
I know. And I said everything was wholly
Well, now,
subsidiary
now,
of Half-Dark.
now, I want it taken down, and I want something of us, since you had to come about it right there and just blow our load that it was us.
But
now
but it's
you.
like, how do you get a copyright?
us.
Like that? So
I don't
it's,
care.
the,
It's us.
EDM or whatever. Well, I'll put the picture up there. I had the complaint, but it said they owned the opening, and I'm thinking to myself, no, that's not even remotely
No one's
close.
argument holds up. It sounds like me. It sounds like
Right.
me.
Okay, and then
Everyone
my
knows.
next follow-up question. So if you guys in Thug Folk or whatever iteration you guys became, right?
Yes.
And
Brian
you
Timlin
became
Trio.
the one-hit wonder like Flock of Seagulls or Queensryche or Aha, right?
Yes.
Would you guys be okay every night playing that song that made you famous?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
There you go.
I think the
Because
people
it beats spending whatever night, like
Right.
fucking watching the Phillies in the same living room.
and each of
you
us,
know, like we're doing the same thing all the time
yes,
anyway.
and each of us have had that time where we're like, oh, I can't play this song anymore. But then when you kind of get a hold of yourself and check yourself, be like, absolutely you can,
Right.
because it's better to have that one thing than to have nothing.
Right. I mean, 3 minutes a night for, Take On Me. But also, again, if you ever want to see something really cool, Aha did Take On Me Unplugged. It's it changes the dynamic 100%.
I did see that.
Just think about the bands that are out there that are kind of like pissy when it comes to like I won't play that song ever again. Like they're jerks, most of them.
Van Morrison.
Yeah, like a
Van Morrison's set
type,
lists
yes.
suck.
Yes, dude.
If you go to a Van Morrison concert, it's because you don't know that everyone else knows that he purposely doesn't play the hits.
Do it like they're really. So he doesn't do Astro Weeks or any of the cool stuff.
No.
Or like everything's new. Like
He just came around.
Yes.
I looked at the set list knowing ahead of time that it wouldn't be worth trying to go to.
Yeah.
Say there was 16 songs. The first 11 or 12 were completely random.
Yeah.
Maybe new stuff. He still releases albums every 2 years.
Right.
They're just not good enough to get traction.
He's about as pricky as he's the biggest dick I think in
Yes.
music. He puts
From
Prince
what I
to
hear.
shame. Yeah,
From-
we don't
yeah,
know
from-
him personally.
exactly.
Yeah, but
love some stuff. The Moondance album is special to me.
Yeah.
Love Astro Weeks. Love all this stuff.
Yeah.
But then like he plays a hit, like not even a huge hit, not even like not a Brown Eyed Girl All Night.
right.
Maybe Into the Mystic.
Or like a Moondance or not even that
I
big.
don't even think Moondance.
Yeah.
Like it was something like
He pretty much always plays Tupelo Honey. That's the one.
maybe it was that.
Yeah, it's a
maybe
big
it was that. A song like that that's good, but whatever.
Yeah.
Like no one's fucking driving to hear that. And then a few more songs completely unrecognizable.
Yeah.
Other than the last two songs of the night were duds. It was like the final song of the fucking night
Yeah.
was Gloria, which you would think would be like the first song.
Yeah.
That
was with
and then
his
the song before that, I forget, but like I don't even think it was Brown Eyed Girl. Like it was,
Yeah, I know he wouldn't do that, but like
but it might have been like Sweet Love.
Yeah.
Like just something like is barely on the
even
radar,
Cat Stevens, he was kind of like that. He was like a real peace kind of bird out there.
Yusuf Islam, please.
Yeah, he went by Yusuf Islam for years. He completely put to the side Wild World and all the Cats. That's Cats in the Cradle. Somebody else, right?
That's Cats in the Cradle's Harry Chapin.
Yeah, it's Harry Chapin. That, but you know what
Same
I'm
name,
thinking.
same neighborhood, different house.
Come on, the Peace Train, all that shit. He didn't play that for years, but then
very young.
yes,
Why don't you leave us this time?
Oh, Very Young is a beautiful song.
Dude, fucking Moonshadow. I'm
Yeah.
thinking of
Moonshadow.
If I ever lose my head.
Well, he did not play any of that stuff until he had absolutely no money, and then he just started playing that again. Like he wasted all that time. Like, dude, you wrote those beautiful songs. Like, get over yourself and just play them. That's what the people want. Give them the hits. All to wrap it all up. All the jargon we just said. Give them the hits. Play the hits. You know what I mean? If you're a paid musician like we are, play the hits. If you need to play an original or something every once in a while to like keep you interested, absolutely. But like if you're playing things to make the audience uncomfortable, you're not doing the job.
And I always have a person for you that wants to hear you guys' originals anyway. So when we come out,
yeah, shout out Kristen.
Oh, nice.
HT's lovely bride. Dude, yeah, like, but there is that tightrope you can walk where it's interesting to the musician, but also a hit.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen some people play and they get off on playing like the fucking random Bob Dylan song that no one else knows.
Yeah.
And oh, you're so deep. Like,
Yeah,
whatever.
dude, come on. If you didn't write it, you're not that deep.
Come on, dude. But like it doesn't have to be a B or C side rarity to play it. Like you could play cool stuff.
Yeah, like take Rod Stewart, for example.
Yep.
Like maybe you don't want to do Maggie May, but you could do like Handbags and Glad Rags or something like the fourth song it's a hit, but you
or
could,
Downtown Train by Tom Waits in the style of Rod Stewart.
It proves that you're still giving them something they heard, but you dug a little bit for yourself. So that's the hard part. And it takes time. So that's why a lot of musicians don't do that, because it takes time at home to kind of think that up.
Who?
Rod Stewart.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, so like he's already playing the hits for you, so he can do that for you. I should have actually used the microphone.
If you want my
Always use the
body
mic.
and you think I'm sexy, come on, baby, let me know. And think about what Rod Stewart looks like. Now, picture Rod Stewart when he's 22 years old.
He was hot
when
as
that
shit
came
then.
out.
They loved him.
Dude,
Yeah.
but why?
Dude, he had a 7-inch cock. Did you ever see him?
no,
big
his
giant-
cock's gigantic.
He had a 7-inch cock for a British
Probably
guy.
the
That's
nose
huge.
probably gives it away. I didn't think about that. Of
when
course.
he was young,
of course,
he was a sex symbol. Absolutely,
Of
he had
course.
the he
was a sex symbol. The gigantic,
He had a
like
schnoz,
just
yeah.
seedy looking.
No, dude, he was
Super
hot.
weird. But his cock was fucking
and he
gigantic.
dressed it, and the cock was always hanging down a little bit of his leg. Incredible athlete, as you know, pro soccer player.
Football proper.
Football, yeah,
Football proper.
football, England, but pro level. But yeah, back in the day, you see some pictures of him, real sexy, just a sexy look.
saw old
I'll send you
pictures of
text
him.
of him tonight. We'll get to the
Sounds
bottom of it.
incredible, dude.
Yeah.
I saw pictures of him. It didn't. I didn't think sexy. I thought this guy really thinks he's sexy.
That's
It's
half
hilarious.
the battle,
The
dude.
confidence is hilarious.
That's half the battle. Confidence.
Yeah, his confidence was sexy.
I mean, we're all,
which makes me think he's sexy. Yeah,
exactly.
you're right. You're always right,
already,
Mike.
Yeah, you're already.
You're always right.
I can see you getting a little stiff yourself, but
Minuscule.
but yeah, that's
If you want my body, that confidence, and that was a hit with a disco beat.
yeah.
Where the chicks aren't, there's dancing to it, aren't even
That's
listening to it.
that's my least favorite genre that stemmed from rock and roll R&B, blues, and how rock went, hip hop, disco era. I like the Roxy music, kind of like Talking Heads ish stuff, but like that the Staying Alive kind of stuff. Like I could take it or leave it.
Dude, very sick musicianship.
Absolutely,
In disco.
I'll give you that. Absolutely, yeah.
Tight funk accompaniment, guitar and shit like that. The steady drums, the beat, the bass was
Yeah.
always crazy. Yeah, not everyone's cup of tea, obviously,
Yeah.
but a cool style.
Yeah.
And like good players.
One of our old friends, Kim Watts. Remember Kim? She's a big Hoagie Time fan.
Yo.
Right? Yeah, Kim.
Do I know Kim Watts?
I-
Yes.
Saw this week her son was playing guitar at one of the School of Rock Tom and Jerry's things. Fucking amazing, dude. They played like a rare or Nirvana cover. I know you're right. Or
Oh, that was the banger. That came out
badass,
like
dude.
01.
Yeah.
The lost track.
Yes, and
Yeah.
this and Kim's son, who it makes me because I hung out with Kim as like a 15 when I first started playing guitar, and then when it was cool, I was able to talk to him. I'm like, yo, your kid's awesome, and he was, dude. And the singers laying on the floor, I'm like, yes, there's still people out there, kids that love it and are going to do it. And
Shout out
this
Kim
kid's-
Watts.
yeah,
I don't know
shout
her,
out Kim.
her present
I don't
name.
know her. Yeah.
But shout out Kim.
Kim. Yeah, I don't know her.
Thanks for the nice comments and awesome
Yes.
to hear from you as always.
And awesome
Hope
to
you're
see
well.
your son doing what
Yeah.
I was doing at his age. So you remember that when I
Those
would
School of
pound
Rocks
around?
are awesome. Shout out Tom McKee, our good buddy that runs the School of Rock out in Downingtown.
Yeah.
With Michael Dan McKee.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, those things are awesome.
Tom McKee from Brothers Past, which
Yeah.
was a band we opened for at the TLA, Hef and I and Thug Folk, which
A
was
great
awesome.
buddy. And currently a member of the band More with Tom Hamilton, Jim Hamilton, and Scotty.
They're gonna have to put out more.
Yeah. Oh.
Didn't they have one like
Remember
that was like
Let's
about Danza,
Danza?
like Tony
yeah,
Dan-
Let's Danza. Yeah. That was Tom McKee, Clay Parnell, and the late great Ian McGuire. Rest in peace.
Perks. How'd he die?
I don't know.
Probably.
I don't know.
Probably.
I don't know. Not gonna. Rest in
most
peace. Rest in peace, brother. Yeah, they were cool. That band was two keyboards. Ian and Tom on keyboards, stage opposite each other.
Yes.
Clay front and center on bass, and a revolving door of drummers.
Yes.
Like different drummers would come sit in with them.
And that's caught. So yeah, they
Get the Phillies Braves on right now.
yeah. Speaking of music, what you got any gigs this weekend?
I do. Friday, I'm at the Crossbar in Havertown.
Oh, you are with the Irish.
Sure am. over there in Havertown.
Let's hope you don't get beat
Brookline
up.
Boulevard. It's not on Brookline Boulevard.
Yes.
It's right
Darby.
up the road,
Yeah.
but we're gonna clown on other people's shitty shore houses.
Watch
and
out
do
for
all
those
that.
bad kids, those bad little kids coming in from out of
I'll
town.
be
Yeah.
talking to with them.
Yeah.
And I will combine with the neighborhood men.
Yeah.
To combat.
You have
it,
experience
if
in the
need be.
Union line, and they can take that.
They're not. Yeah, I have, and that no one's going to take that from me. I will band together with local folk.
Yeah.
To police
Yes.
neighborhoods in vigilante styles.
And that's
Yeah, thank
that's
you. Thank you,
Friday
HT.
night. What time's on Friday? Maybe our buddy Scott Hunter can swing by.
Would love to
he's
see
in the
Scott Hunter
neighborhood.
there again. We had a great conversation. HT, some of the freshest Guinness I've ever had, ever.
Yeah, that's a
HT sold.
Yeah, Phillies and fresh Guinness. Might have to do that.
Havertown. Yeah, I played a gig there last weekend for the Keenan family. There was a private party, but the Keenans are great, dude. They're fucking awesome.
Supposed to be anonymous.
Oh, that's for you. For me, I like to talk about my.
Quick
privates.
shout out.
Yeah.
A couple of the sponsors from the Glen
Yes.
they loved you, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Talk to him.
Yeah, Trish Garrity. She owns the funeral home there. Garrity.
Oh,
McCausland.
Garrity. Yeah.
Yeah, so she loved you. So
Yeah, that was an awesome private I did last Saturday. That it was cool as shit. There was about an hour and a half set, and they had house sound. Like
Love that.
Yeah, the sound.
Love that.
Yeah, the sound guy had everything there, monitors. he did sound for who's the shorty trombone and the long. What's the guy's name? They're up in North Jersey.
Shorty Long.
Shorty Long. Yeah. So they're a big cover band up there. So the sound system was
The guy's
good.
a dwarf, right?
He's a dwarf. Yeah, but he's fucking fantastic.
Dude, of course he's fantastic. He's a dwarf. I gotta see them.
I've seen stuff
them
online. Yeah.
Exactly, dude. I have to get there.
Yeah.
I'll drive for.
Well, that's very nice of them. Yeah, because I had a great time, and that's my community now too. So it was cool to be a part of that day. But that Friday playing to the Havertown family, the Havertown does come out in droves. So you're gonna have a great crowd at Crossbar.
I played there for the first time a couple weeks ago, and it was awesome.
Yeah. They're working people that they take their Friday and Saturday night seriously with the community. Yeah. But I'm at the Trophy on Thursday, like I usually am. And Saturday I'll be at 39 North right after the Phillies game. And as it looks now, there will be one on Saturday. So yeah, probably about 5 o'clock Saturday.
Nice.
So those
that
are
guy
the
Jeff
gigs
works there, right?
Jeff, Jeff Blair. Yeah, shout out Jeff Blair. Jeff
yeah.
Blair is a good friend of mine. Obviously, he goes back with us from
good friend of ours too.
Yeah,
Shout
from
out Jeff
Thug
Blair.
Folk. Like he fucking can't stand the sound of my music. The minute I get there, he wants me to turn down. He's turning. I'm like, dude, and then like for an hour before he gets there, everyone's having a good time, whatever. The minute he gets down, turn down, he'll make faces and shit. Like it's the worst thing I ever heard. I'm like, then afterwards, like, oh, it's good to see you. Like it's just him. Like I've learned to like love it and like live with it because I'm like anywhere else, I'd be like, dude, if you don't like me, don't book me. I mean, I could play somewhere else for a couple more bucks probably. But like
I mean, I've seen you at 39 North, and I don't know what it is. I mean, like I've seen you in different areas of the bar. You've always been the same tone and vocals. So I mean,
I've been the same volume and tone.
I mean,
for 20
dynamically
years.
interesting from venue to venue, but
I mean,
not
the
offensive.
acoustics there are just chef's kiss.
He always
everywhere.
EQs it to each room.
But
which
I
is
mean,
nice.
the reason I know it's him and not me is
It's him.
It's totally
him, Jeff. We love you.
I
but
love
fuck
Jeff,
you,
but it's
man.
you, dude. Because the minute he comes in, he starts messing with the lights and stuff.
Yeah.
He's just he's a particular and an anal guy, and we love him for it.
And in Delco, some people are like that.
Yes.
And in Delco, we know that some people are like that. And it becomes endearing, believe it
It's
or not,
endearing
after a
now,
while.
yeah.
The
I love
last
him.
time
I love it
saw
for him, yeah.
was one of our first recordings at the first location. Your residence, Mike.
Yeah.
And I decided to go there for a couple before we started. And it was like he smiled briefly at one moment. And I was like, like I felt like I earned it. I didn't say it out loud because I didn't want to. I wanted to maybe see it again, and I didn't want to like fucking get in his head.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude. Oh, even keeled is his maximum happiness.
Yeah.
Typically.
Yeah,
It's normally.
But you know what? He just had a baby.
great dude,
with
Jeff.
a
Talking shit,
with a
man. I
great
love
girl, Teresa. He just has a baby girl, and I can see him getting a little softer and sweeter.
Good.
Yeah. Because he
softer and sweeter, Jeff Blair.
Yeah, because he was always our friend.
Love
but
it.
man, he could make me feel pretty bad.
Well, when you're that
sometimes.
handsome, you can get away with it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
He's
I
a big,
couldn't.
big, tall dude. But yeah, he could be really. He didn't know how bad his words hurt sometimes because when you are up there playing as a solo guy to a whole bar who don't know you, and you're trying to get your levels right, and then you got to like from the main guys coming down, like to just kind of like knock you off kilter. It takes another 6 songs to kind of get back on kilter from that because it's in your head.
Yeah.
And as musicians, we're sensitive people.
Yeah.
By nature.
We're artists.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But-
So bar owners listening, take that note, and also remember, stop with the bartenders. Yeah, I mean, like look throughout the course of this, we're gonna do a few things. We're gonna solicit free merchandise from everybody. We're also gonna give bar owners a couple suggestions. Take notes.
Yeah,
that's up there.
Also, again, let's plug October 30th in the parking lot.
Oh yeah, we are. Well, we're going in about 2 weeks. Live, we're going to have our first live podcast down at the Eagles tailgate for the Eagles Steelers game.
Yes.
And with our buddy Eddie Johnson, and I'm sure we're going to be plugging Eddie Johnson's business.
Absolutely, yeah. Once we get all the info.
But our buddy Eddie Johnson, he's been a friend for years, and since we started, he's a true fan. He's like, dude, I gotta get Eddie Johnson's the best golfer in this whole
everyone
area.
knows it.
Like, no one else is even close. He won the Lanark championship a year ago, 2 years ago. Yeah, he's qualified for the U.S. Open. Like he's that good.
Yeah,
you'll talk with
I
him.
know, exactly. Yeah.
Loves beers.
Yeah, and he's a great person. And like I went down to Sea Isle with the family when we were both sophomores in high school. Like we would walk around and try to get cigarettes and maybe a beer from like the Bonner senior houses and
Nice.
stuff. Yeah, it was awesome. But he's a big fan and said, yeah, for our tailgate, we'd love to have Hoagie Time down there. And that's October 30th, right?
Yeah, correct. And then we'll throw out on Facebook, Insta, and TikTok where we are exactly. Like I said, they generally stay in the same spot, but it just depends on like when they get into the parking lot. That's all. So they might be 1 or 2 sections over, but we'll be in the general vicinity.
Yeah.
But we'll get it out there to you guys.
Yeah, we're going to get that out where we're at. But and a big shout out also to Dave McElroy, our other sponsors, J Bar.
J Bar, yeah.
J Bar. And
Shout out J Bar, Dave McElroy.
Dave Max with Precision Builders. And you guys know how to find him on our intro and outro.
Yeah, J Bar is the computer whiz, graphics whiz, artist whiz. He did all my facial reconstruction. Great dude.
Who I actually talked to last week, and we are going to start playing tennis together. I guess on one of the pods he heard I played right, so we're
Maybe
gonna
save
start
this
playing.
for the Patreon or go right in.
Actually, we'll record it on the Patreon, the
Really?
actual video of he and I playing. But yeah, Jay Barr and I are going to start playing tennis at we don't know that yet, but we just
Probably the Township Line place?
probably the place, the old Healthplex.
Oh, okay.
But
When's the last time you played tennis, Mike?
oh my God, 7 years ago,
Okay.
8 years ago. So we'll probably be the same level, Jay. And I don't even know if Jay plays regularly, but he
I
was
don't know
interested.
either.
Yeah, but yeah, it's been so long. I haven't played regularly probably in 15 years, but I played a little bit 7 years ago.
HT, we can get a camera there, right? Something? Phone at least.
If we, we got the GoPro and we got the one iPhone, so we should be fine. I mean,
Yeah.
We tried a 4K camera a couple episodes ago, and it was absolute garbage.
Yes.
So,
Yeah. I love it. Anybody wants to come out to this tennis match, email us at Hoagietimepodcast@gmail. The first 30 people to put I want to see Money Mike play tennis in the subject line.
Yes.
Holler at us.
December 17th. Also, I wanted to say this before we wrapped up. Thug Folk 3 will be playing at JT Brewski's. We booked a gig there for Hef Dog, myself, and Timlin on drums. We're going to play on a Saturday night there, December 17th. HT is going to be doing sound. Can you? We're asking you now.
On camera.
I will remind you there might be an event a couple hours earlier that I might be tied up.
There might be several dozen
right,
events
yeah,
throughout
yeah.
in that season.
But
Yes, yeah.
that said, you
Ho,
know,
ho, 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 ho,
Yeah.
oh, oh, oh. No, but yeah, that'll be a gig we have, and hopefully HT will be by. But yeah, we're going to be getting ready for that.
definitely should be a sound guy there.
Excited for that. The Brian Timlin Trio is an exciting new project.
Yeah.
From percussionist Brian Timlin.
Yeah.
Will he be shirtless?
It's
He isn't one of those guys. The minute you give him a little like the attention to do it, he won't do it. But if he thinks the attention's off of it, he'll go one hand and tear it off from the back.
like all drummers should.
Yeah.
Either one hand from the back or cross-armed 80s
Yeah.
movie style. Here's another question. Has anyone ever taken their shirt off 80s movie style cross-armed?
You'd already known. I
do.
I've never done that.
Really?
And here's the reason why.
I'm not convinced it's a real thing.
Oh no! It's so
People with great bodies, yeah, probably because you don't have the stomach. You know?
who's really doing that? Everyone just kind of like.
No, I'm holding.
That's
my
'cause we
undershirt
don't-
on.
that's
It
'cause
looks
we
like I'm
can't.
doing it,
Or am
but
I
I'm
just
holding
like
it
a
It's
fucking
you and I.
weeble?
Yeah. No, if you have a gut there, it's hard. But if you don't have a gut there and it goes in a V, it's probably the easy way to get your tries and all that and traps into it.
But is
I
is
dream
a
about it, and that's how I do
going
it.
about your day move, or is it like a fucking like?
To cross like that seems a little weird, but to go,
Right.
Yeah,
It's
you're
not
right.
natural,
You're right.
dude. It's
HT's,
not.
HT's doing it right now.
it down like that. I'm holding the undershirt down.
Oh, okay.
That's how it looked. But that's why I do it.
That's
For you guys that can't see HT, the undershirt he's talking about is the most luxurious Egyptian silk. I mean, the kid does not dress cheap at all. And that's the only thing he's wearing. He's got a silky ponytail down. Yeah,
So you-
HT, everybody.
Timlin would take his shirt off times, but I doubt it, but it's possible. But the cool thing when he played, if you remember he very distinctly he was a lefty playing a right-handed kit, so he would play the hi-hat with his left hand,
He's all open.
and he was an open player.
Yeah.
Which is you don't see very often.
We've talked about this. We've talked about our old band Thug Folk a lot. If anyone's not familiar with our band, if you're not from this, whatever, if you're not familiar with our band, there's a great video on YouTube that actually shows us when I
Bootleggers.
yeah
Yeah.
Thug Folk live at Bootleggers. Maybe we could throw a link up for that or whatever. But
Yeah,
whatever.
that'd be cool.
You know, it's not, you know, we weren't the greatest band in the world, but if you want some context to some of these stories,
and
that was us.
It captured the essence of the original stuff. It was probably our best video of original stuff.
Yeah.
We don't really have anything that captured the actual event it was. But
there was that one VHS tape from
Yeah.
Casey's.
Yeah, that
and
was
it kind of resurfaced like 10 years ago or so.
Yeah. But that was the very first show, if I'm
Was
not
it
mistaken.
really?
Yeah. So there was other things but we never really got recordings of that video recordings. But
Yeah, this was
this is
pre
all
iPhone.
that,
Yeah. Yeah, to have video of anything was like
post
not just-
9/11, pre iPhones.
Yeah. All this was in the shadow of 9/11.
Yeah.
I saw something though on a VHS before.
Yeah.
And like E-bombs were gigantic back then.
Oh, I did. I've done 300 to 400
but
E-bombs.
E-bombs, like that was
Yeah.
like the party scene.
Yep, triple stacks.
And again, like
Mitsubishis.
pre-social media, like you had to go out for the party.
Yeah.
And like this was where the party was. And I remember there was a part of the video, and it was probably a shoulder-mounted VHS.
Yeah.
And people would record and pass it around until they got bored. They would just take it off. But like it just came in. I don't know what song it was. It might have been a jam in the middle of a song.
Yeah.
But it kind of popped in, and everyone was just doing
Yeah.
this. And BT was playing some like real open like hip hop beat.
Yeah.
And Pat Smith had some kind of Egyptian thing going on his keyboard, and he was working the wheel,
Fader,
the modulation wheel,
modulation wheel.
and it was just this dark Egyptian
Yeah.
jam or whatever.
We
It
could-
went on for like 8 or 9 seconds,
did
and then they
very-
stopped.
we
So I didn't
would-
know where it came from. I didn't know where it went into.
We would always kind of fall into those grooves pretty good. That was like a distinct thug folk sound. Whereas even when Pat was writing with another band like 10 years ago, we were roommates, and there was something that came up, and he's like, that right there, that was that sounded like thug folk. And it was just like that where you could get into like a hip hop kind of like, you know, a real dark kind of hip hop groove.
Yeah. We were doing some cool things where it was cover, it was original, and it was also like a little bit jam. It
Little
wasn't
bit
like
jam,
going
yeah.
off on
It didn't
huge
go too
tangents,
far
but
in
there
the
was not too far in, but it would always be different.
Yes.
With the freestyles,
Yeah.
with maybe some of the musical parts.
Yeah.
Not crazy.
I mean, take, for example, our original Home. It goes off into a jam thing that's really fucking cool, but the jam bands would probably take it into an 8 or 9 minute kind of thing. Even with Actor, these are 4 or 5 minute songs that have 1 minute in them that is just like a jam kind of thing that like jam people can be like, oh, where it just kind of gets you into a groove, which is pretty interesting for, you know, to be able to kind of tie that into a 4 minute song, which is pretty nice back then.
yeah, that's a great song. I always enjoy playing that.
Yeah.
We only kind of play it when we all get together. And the last time we got together was not Harris. That was Mike Boys. Shout out Mike Boys.
Mm-hmm.
When was it?
Maggie O'Neill's.
Oh, 2014?
Yeah, 2014.
Wow. The 10 year.
Which seems like a fucking lifetime ago.
Well, I mean, the 20 year would be 2024. I'm just check the math later, guys. It's correct. Check the math later. It's correct. If the 10 year was 2014, the 20 year will be 2024. I'm just quick with that stuff. But maybe we can get something going for then. That'd be cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it was good. Good to talk. And be back here at, with you, Half Dog.
Yeah,
it's
you
great
too,
to be
Mike.
back. We'll be back next week, and we will just expect something. Expect a surprise. Actually, I got something in store next week. Yeah.
So vague, so mysterious. I love it. Yeah, come back next week. It's fucking awesome to be back with you guys. Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching us on YouTube, wherever you're watching us, make sure you like, subscribe, make sure you follow what we're doing. Check out our Patreon. We have a Patreon. We're going to be adding some features to that as we continue on. Our email address is Hoagietimepodcast@gmail.com. Check that out too. Fire us any questions, suggestions. Appreciate your support. Thanks, guys.